Hello everybody, welcome back to Screamers. I'm in the studio today with Jessie and Maya, and we have loads of Champions League, WSL, football and more to get into. So shall we get going?
Let's do it. So we had the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals in the week gone, which already seems forever ago because we've had a whole round of WSL since. We were all at the Emirates we were getting hit in the face with the rain. Anna was sat in the away end, and I don't know if maybe the rain was blowing away from you. Were you lucky in that respect?
I was lucky in that respect. I was nice and dry.
We got so wet.
It was so windy though. This is one thing, maybe my brain just like can't comprehend this, but like how it can be so windy in a football stadium.
Yeah. It like sucks it in, doesn't it?
It's like a tunnel. It's like when you get a wind tunnel.
Yeah, I was like, aren't we supposed to be sheltered? But it was crazy.
It was a good atmosphere, I thought, considering how it was on the lower end for an attendance.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I guess looking back, it's not that surprising, like a weeknight, considering who our fans are. Also, we've been talking recently about how maybe Champions League hasn't yet got the same kind of platform in the women's game that it does in the men's game, because I've definitely noticed going to Champions League games, it feels a lot more like the men's fans are there than at the WSL games.
Yeah,
it does feel like a slightly different crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was also kind of like, come on guys, where are you? Because also two London teams, I thought it would be slightly better attended.
Well, I wonder if that's actually the flip side of it. It's quite boring. You've seen these teams play each other a lot.
That's very
before.
true as well.
It's not like getting a Lyon or a Real Madrid or Barcelona over. But I thought it was, there was lots of flags. My favourite flag, shout out to whoever was holding it, was the Super Mario Mariana Caldente as Mario flag, which was brilliant. But the football, should we talk about the football? I think that would have been an absolute Chelsea romp if either of those two that hit the post had gone in.
That was crazy.
If they had gone 2-up and within the first 10 minutes, which it looked like they were going to do with those two crossbar shots, it would have been over for us.
Yeah, I think the post was the player of the match there.
Yeah, for us.
MVP. And the ref.
Yeah. We'll get on to that.
No, it was really crazy, the momentum that Chelsea started off with. And you saw Thompson as well, absolutely cooking Katie McCabe in that first part. And then for her to switch sides and go against Fox, it just made no sense to me, because she was
really besting.
She was cooking McCabe.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just McCabe as well, because set up next to McCabe was Kadina as left centre back, who also could not deal with her. It's just let her go.
I think her issue was that she was getting round there, but then there was no one for her to then get the ball to. So it was like she was so successful down that side. I agree. I don't know why she switched side, because Emily Fox is faster than Katie McCabe, so I'm not really sure why they did that. But yeah, she was just then, there was no one there for her in the box that could then finish her crosses. Thank God.
Thank God. What do we think of Annika Borber being picked over Van Domselaar?
I think in terms of the current relationship with the back line, she has been playing pretty consistently this season.
Yeah.
I think putting Van Domselaar in for such a big game, actually I do think would have been a bit more hairy, because she just has barely played since last season. She's come on for a few minutes at the end of the Champions Cup final.
Yeah. Prestigious.
She has been pretty much injured for the whole season. So I think, and Borb has definitely grown into that position.
Yeah.
And grown in confidence. I back the decision, to be honest.
I think the real tell was actually on Saturday in the WSL, to then see Van Domselaar starting after what we saw from Borb on Tuesday night, which I wouldn't say was a bad performance, but definitely some shaky moments at times. No one really knows still who the number one actually is.
No.
But I wonder if we're going to see Van Domselaar again on Wednesday night for Arsenal.
Maybe, or if it's a psychological thing of keep the team as sort of set as it was against Chelsea.
Leslie Russo, obviously we'll come back to her in the WSL, but she is just completely outperforming everyone at the moment. She looks amazing.
She's outperforming everybody in two different positions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you could just clone her, you'd have the perfect 9, the perfect 10 for Arsenal. It'd be fantastic.
It's crazy. She's really grown into the 10 role. She said recently how she will just play wherever, but I think she said she has learned a lot about how to play in the 10 role, and you can really see that in her game, even though she's obviously an incredible 9 as well.
Yeah. It's like, would you sacrifice one for the other? It's quite difficult, isn't it?
It's hard. I mean, when you have Stina Blackstenius, then
especially because between them, it's definitely clicking much more than it has. Like you can see that growth. So that relationship has really grown, and that was really working, I think. But then, you see her in the WSL playing as the 9. And you remember what we're missing with her in that position.
Yeah.
But she was amazing on Tuesday night. She was
fantastic.
Her finish.
As was Lauren James. That goal from Lauren James.
Amazing.
It's so LJ as well.
Yeah.
So like unpressured, just like nonchalant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough for her because I think the first shot that she had that came off the post, that was actually, it was a good finish and it was just so unlucky.
Yeah.
Like maybe she should have scored it if that had just been like millimeters to the right, then it would have gone in.
It's funny, isn't it? When a player shoots and it kind of whistles wide, I'm like, oh God, if you got that in. But when they hit the post, I'm like, fair enough. I'm not quite as annoyed that they should have scored in a way.
Yeah, and it was also kind of the inside of the post as well. But she was definitely the player for Chelsea who was like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this. And if you guys aren't going to do it, then I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
How often has she been that player?
Yeah. Like, how many times?
She must get a bit tired of being like, come on, guys. I'll do it myself.
I mean, her form recently is just like crazy and so exciting to watch. Like, obviously playing for England in the recent break, in the League Cup final, smashing it in the WSL, in the Champions League. It's like she's really coming back into this like purple patch.
Yeah. And
exciting.
Would have been much better for them going into the next leg if they'd have been 3-2 down instead of 3-1. But alas, Kadina and Berman just happening to jump behind her. And that's a foul, apparently.
Oh my God. Yeah. This was so crazy. I think because obviously at the game, I was with the Chelsea fans. So it was very fun to observe because in the moment, obviously everyone was really pissed off, but we're the other end of the pitch. So you couldn't really see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, maybe it was a 50-50 or maybe it was like a bit of a push.
Maybe there was something you couldn't see from that end,
And then at half time, we were watching the screens and they were like showing the goals, blah, blah, blah. And then Chelsea fans are shouting, show us the disallowed goal, you cowards. And then eventually towards the end of the break, they showed it. And it was just all the Chelsea fans like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
fair enough.
That's not a foul. Like losing their heads, and understandably because that was just like a howler
Terrible
of a decision. And I think especially in a game where you have VAR, this ref was so whistle happy.
I've never seen someone so pedantic about where throw-ins are taken and the mad flourish she would do with the spray at every free kick.
Also the counting down.
Yeah, it was so unnecessarily dramatic with the slow raise and lowering of the arm. While Chelsea fans might have been annoyed that wasn't being shown at half time, I was quite annoyed they didn't replay the Aaron Cuthbert free kick.
Oh my God.
Obsessed.
Because best thing in football this week, I think.
It was really sad.
It was also sad for her,
really
but it was
sad.
right in front of the Arsenal fans. Honestly, the ground, I'm sure she wanted the ground to swallow her up.
I say this as somebody who likes Aaron Cuthbert, but my God, that was absolutely hilarious.
Absolute howler.
It was just crazy how her and Baltimore were like talking for so long before she took the free kick. They obviously had this plan. What went wrong?
Honestly, what went wrong?
The worst end to do it at, but
really fun for us though. It was really fun.
Yeah, it got the reaction that everyone would expect. But I think the biggest plaudits for the week need to go to you for predicting the score, Maya.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Which you celebrated in the ground as much as if Arsenal had scored when you realised.
I felt it in my bones.
Well,
what can I say?
What are you going to predict for the next leg?
Oh God.
I think it's going to be on aggregate. Pressure. I think it's going to be.
We need like some. Dum.
Yeah. The heartbeat. 5-3.
Oh.
Arsenal.
Okay, thank you for clarifying because I was like, wow, 4-0 win for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Bloody hell.
No, 2-0 draw. 2-2 draw, sorry.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Or maybe a 2-1 Chelsea win, but I think Arsenal still go through.
Okay. Honor?
I think at this point Arsenal will go through, but it's going to be tight. So 5-4 on aggregate. Chelsea are going to be fighting at home. But yeah, obviously my prediction of Arsenal winning the Champions League is still on for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when are we booking our flights to Oslo?
I know you've booked an Airbnb, so
Imagine if you hadn't told Suki this was the reveal.
I very hopefully booked an Airbnb.
Do you reckon any Man U fans that might have hopefully booked Airbnbs have since cancelled those Airbnbs after the first leg against Bayern Munich?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
They're still in it.
Yeah,
They're still in it, but they're going to play Bayern Munich at home. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they're technically on paper still in it.
yeah.
More than, say, Real Madrid.
Yeah, yes. They looked okay in the first half of the first leg, United, but I think that was mainly because Bayern didn't look very good.
I agree. Also, God bless Pernilla Harder, who is still grinding them out. Like, how long has she been around for? And she is just such a quality striker.
Yeah, and yet somehow defenders still don't know how
Exactly.
to defend
No.
properly.
Poor Maya Letizia just could not deal or just got so mixed up for that
Yeah.
first goal.
She misread it completely, didn't
But
she?
I don't think United were like really much worse than Bayern. I think both teams were not at their best, but it did make for a really exciting game. And then United's mentality after that goal within 2 minutes to like stay strong and then equalise and, you know, keep the confidence.
Yeah.
Even though it obviously went on to be a Bayern win, but it was tight. But yeah, like both times they went down and then to equalise and equalise again, I just thought that was like
It was
very impressive
very
character
good.
from them.
Yeah, mentality from them. I just feel like they didn't quite have that next level to hit in a way that I think watching Bayern, I was like, you are also not playing well, but I do think you have a level to step up to,
Yeah.
which I feel like they're likely to do at home, which would be a shame if they do run riot against United, because I don't think they deserve that. But it does feel like we're heading towards just Arsenal remaining in the Champions League.
I'm going to back United. It might be stupid, but just, you know, I want them to do it.
Hey, I mean, you backed West Ham against London City Lionesses, and that didn't turn out to be the wildest of predictions.
It didn't, no. And I think, obviously, above everything else, I just want WSL supremacy propaganda. So that would be really good for my...
Your personal aim.
Yeah, my personal aim.
Yeah, I do think if they do go through that side of the draw, they will take on, I would say, whoever wins out of Real and Barcelona, but they'll play Barcelona. So that could be an interesting one. And then the winner of Arsenal-Chelsea will await the winner of Lyon-Wolfsburg, and Wolfsburg somehow 1-0 up.
I know. I'm like, obviously this was quite a surprising scoreline. I still feel like Lyon will take it in the second leg.
Yeah. Although I do love the romance that Wolfsburg will win the Champions League to send Alex Pop off with.
Yeah, that's true, but we're going to exact our revenge if they get through.
Okay, cool.
I haven't forgotten the day at the Emirates that we went out in the last minute of extra time.
She's holding a grudge, everybody.
It was a bad day.
Moving on from the Champions League, we then had a weekend full of WSL action. On the Saturday was Derby Day. You two were at the North London Derby. How were the vibes?
The vibes were good, like 46,000.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
Day.
We haven't sat next to each other at a football match for, I would say, a few weeks now.
Crazy.
And thus, we didn't watch that much football.
We had a great chat.
We did gossip most of the game. So much so that in the second half, when Caitlin Ford scored, I thought Emily Fox had scored and just assumed she'd been subbed on without me noticing.
Oh my God, you fake football fans. You don't watch the match, honestly.
It wasn't me. Maya was like, oh my God, was that Emily Fox? I was like, Maya, she's not even on the pitch.
Look at how she's running. It's clearly Caitlin Ford.
Something
Emily
just...
Fox dribbling like that into
In my
the box.
defence, I wasn't actually watching it, so I didn't see it
In my
happen.
defence, I wasn't watching the game. It's not the strong defence you think it is.
I was yapping with honour, but only because I could relax by that point because we'd already had a Leslie Russo hat-trick.
Yeah.
I mean, a Leslie Russo 20-minute hat-trick, just crazy. And this is what she can do as a number 9. Like, she was so relentless and so clinical and so strong and just like, wow.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say it, and this is what dreams are made of, instead of this is what Leslie Russo can do at number 9.
This is what dreams are made of for Arsenal fans.
That too.
Well, for England fans to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When you think she's like reached an amazing point of her game, she just gets even better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that must be just a product of how hard she works, because it just seems like she's a player that trains so hard. It's like constantly working to improve her game, and then week in, week out, you see like standout performances. She never really has an off week, even if she doesn't score.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Even when she doesn't score, she grafts so hard for the team that I don't think you can claim she doesn't have an impact on matches in a way that there are other players. I mean, we'll come on to City and not in this game, but I think Vivianne Miedema is a player who sometimes, if she can quite easily not have an impact on a game and can drift out of it, which I don't think you can ever level that accusation at Alessia Russo. The ball from Olivia Smith for the second one.
Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely incredible. Just on the... I mean, they were all quite nice goals. Spurs, once again, cannot defend set pieces.
No. But to be fair, though, Spurs did start putting things together in the second half. We actually slightly started falling apart and they slightly started getting things together.
Yeah.
Not that I think they ever looked to win that game, but they started off badly and slowly got better, I think.
Yeah. I think it's a big sign of the change in Spurs over the past sort of year, isn't it? That they did come to play rather than just sort of park 10 players just outside the box and cling on for dear life. Like, they came to play a game of football.
Although let's not forget they did win a North London derby a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, by parking 10 players at the end of the box and then taking a lucky chance.
Thomas,
She saw the light and came to Liverpool. You're ending the season on like a really strong momentum, I think, which is quite good when you're still competing on, well, much as commentators across the game want to think that there's a title race on, you're still competing on two fronts.
Oh my God. Can they give it a rest? Are they part of Honour's propaganda machine where they have to just like pump us with WSL title stuff? Like, just talk about the race is about Champions League places. Like, I actually was so distracted watching the Chelsea game yesterday because I cannot even count how many times they talked about, oh no, if they don't win this game, their title race will be dead. Oh, maybe it's still alive. Oh, I was like, guys, it's been dead.
It's been dead for a while. It's like they had all these notes pre-written at the start of the season and like, oh, by this point there'll be a title race. It's like, no. That's
title
set
race.
and done.
Come on.
No, but Arsenal's run in the WSL, I think, extends far beyond like a recent run because they've since probably the autumn where they had, you know, a few draws. They had that draw with Spurs in the WSL. Obviously in January they drew with United, but other than that, they've been comfortably winning pretty much every game in the league.
Yeah, the way they're putting games away now. I think even earlier in the season when they were winning things, sometimes it was a little bit hairy.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas now they're just coming out.
What
dominating.
I would love to see from Arsenal, obviously, I like want Arsenal to win the league, and I think this season is such a shame because we had that slow start, and like you say, that slightly less confident start, and now it's like clicked so much that we could have, like, obviously I'm going to say this, but we could have been a title contender. Like, we're in third with 2 games in hand.
Yeah,
which would, if we were to win those 2 games, would put us in second.
Yeah.
But the same thing has been true for the last 3-4 seasons, is that we have such a slow start to the season, and then we lose points from teams that we shouldn't be losing them from, which doesn't give us the leeway that we need to really kick on. And, you know, when we get like a draw against Man U, we don't actually we don't have the flexibility for that to not matter.
Yeah.
And so then from like the 4th game of the season, because there are so few games in the WSL really, although that will be changing with the expansion. But if we have these slow starts, we're then just chasing for the rest of the season and we just can't afford to drop any points. And I just want us to put ourselves in a position where we're the ones to beat and we're like not having to grind things out to like maintain our place, but to really have come out like guns blazing, and we haven't done that for quite a few seasons.
It will be interesting, if the expansion of the league means that slower start is less important. But then I guess City, technically not a slow start, but started the season losing to Chelsea, and then since then have just gone great guns and stormed it. Man United still have not won at Old Trafford when playing against City in the WSL.
Wow.
Because City just came to have fun, and it were 2 goals in like 2 minutes from Vivianne Miedema.
It's crazy. I think it just like exemplifies City's season, this game. When they come in and they just dominate like that from the start of a game, it's like, it's scary to watch as a fan of any other team.
I saw 2 things. One was Alex Greenwood talking about Andre Aguilera at the end of the game. Yeah. And one was the video of his dressing room like speech before the game.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So Alex Greenwood was saying, obviously it is working so well with him. That's like the first thing. She was saying, you know, he's so understanding. He's like, my relationship with him as the captain between the team and him, like I can go to him for anything. Like it seems like he has built such strong relationships with the team. And like she was saying, that is not a new performance for us because that's how we perform in training. That's how we perform. Like, it feels like he's demanded these really high levels from them, but also has built these really strong relationships, like full of respect. They all seem to really respect and like him. And then in his speech, he was basically just saying, giving them the belief, like, if we do all the things we practice, like track your players, if you're in defense, hunt the ball, like communicate with each other, maintain the high press, and if we do that, there's no way this other team can play. And he is just obviously, I mean, you should watch it. It's quite interesting. Like, we don't usually get to see the dressing room stuff, and I think quite cool that Man City are putting that on their socials. But I think, he has obviously, something has clicked for them. Like, they have always been the bridesmaid, never the bride, for years now. And he has come in and obviously given them that belief, given them that system, and given them that freedom. And I think he deserves his flowers, to be honest.
I think you're right. It's that combo, isn't it, of demanding high levels but the respect. Because you see those coaches sometimes that demand players play to a certain level, and then when they get there, it's like, no, you need to do more, you need to do this. Like, if you sort of commend them on the work and the journey, then they want to work harder for you anyway. My favourite thing from the game was, I think it must have been before the first goal. It was from the corner, and Alex Greenwood puts the ball down to take the corner, and then she looks up and she just smirks, and I was like, oh, this is going in. I knew it was a goal before that, because she knew it was a goal. It was absolutely fantastic.
Love. The really funny thing as well about Jegler's doing so amazingly this season is that I think City have the opportunity to win the league playing Liverpool and Gareth Taylor.
Yeah, right. Listen, it came to a shitty end for Gareth Taylor at City, and he wasn't the right manager for them anymore. But I think he's the right manager for Liverpool, and that's fine by me.
100%.
I agree.
That'll make it even sweeter for some of that City squad, won't it?
Yeah, it's a great narrative.
Yeah. Will that be the game that puts it out beyond reach?
Yeah, I think City have to win 2 more.
And that would be a home fixture for them as well, so that would be even better for them to celebrate at the joy.
So on Gareth Taylor being the right manager for Liverpool.
Yep.
Glory in the Merseyside derby.
He survived the chaos, because my God, it is never a normal derby, is it? Just always something chaotic. And I wasn't watching it because I was travelling ironically up to Liverpool. But when I saw the notification that Grace Fisker got sent off, I was like, okay, what's happening here? This is ridiculous. And I watched it back and I'm like, you know what, fair enough.
She was a bit silly.
It was silly, but in a way that I don't mind, because we won the game. Because also it should have been, I think it was Mel Lawley. No love lost there coming on for Everton, but absolutely bodies Grace Fisk off the ball. Which was completely missed by the ref. I mean, then Grace is silly just to trip her up.
Like, come on, we shouldn't be retaliating, but also,
get on the ground. Another Kerry Holland masterclass. She's another player that I think has just stepped up her levels so much this season.
Unbelievable.
The one where she just picks the ball up in our own half and then takes it the whole way, beats Brosnan. Brosnan is so convinced she's going to go for the near post and is just sort of hovering near the near post. So no, you got a whole goal of. You should maybe try and protect that.
Look over your shoulder.
But it's at the start of the season, it's kind of mad to think actually that she wasn't really scoring much in WSL until fairly recently, Kerry Holland, because I feel like she has been, Beata Olsen has been incredible and will be in that conversation too, but I think I would put Kerry Holland as our player of the season so far.
Yeah, I completely
totally
agree.
Yeah.
I just love watching her play. I love how much she demands that the team stays at that level.
She's like the Lucy Bronze of Liverpool.
Yeah. She will run herself into the ground.
Yeah,
for that club.
Exactly. And she grinds it out. She's such a competitor. And like you say, she demands it from the rest of the team. Such a good leader.
And it's just nice that the plan is coming together. And I do believe in Gareth Taylor's plan for Liverpool. And I think everyone's getting a little bit caught up on that. And I had a text from a friend when we went, I think we were 3-0 up at the time. We're going to win the league in 2028. And then I got another text saying, fuck, when Everton scored. So, we're not getting too far ahead of us. So maybe 2029 we'll win the league.
Yeah, you've got to give Arsenal a couple of seasons.
Yeah, you can win the double, and then we'll come in. And,
so kind.
Yeah. We'll beat Barcelona in the final in Champions League. Sod it. And then on Sunday there was what we were also including in the derbies of London City Lionesses versus West Ham.
Yeah, London derby.
Yeah,
for sure. And I think, if I'm correct, West Ham have lost every single derby so far this season. So a point against London City Lionesses Can't complain.
It's progress. And also, incredible goal from Una Siren to equalise.
It was a great day for the Finnish honours because we had this banger from Ona Siren and then in the Tyne-Ware derby, Ona Savenius then scores the equaliser for Newcastle. Late goal. So
they're all trying to get your pick for Screamers of the Week. They're targeting Ona.
Honor solidarity.
It was a good matchup without being the most exciting of games. I think that one. The most exciting game yesterday, I think, was quite clearly Chelsea Aston Villa.
Goal fest. Oh my God.
What is happening at Kingsmeadow?
Well, from Villa's point of view, let's just call it the Brian Sorensen effect.
To be fair,
there was a moment where I heard him shouting and I was like, what?
The ghost of Brian Sorensen appearing.
Sonia just looking over her shoulder like, no, he's not here again.
No, absolutely crazy game.
Just bonkers. It's actually hard to put into words how bonkers
Chaos on the pitch.
Chaos. That early goal from Chastity Grant. Oof. A great finish. And not easy to do at all. Lynn Wilms, hat-trick of assists.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that, apart from the fact that I took her out of my fantasy team this week. Let's move on.
You might be the only person that's still doing fantasy in our league, I think, so you're fine.
Who doesn't win now?
I have other leagues to worry about, guys. I'm number 3 in the Screamers League.
Oh dear.
You can't win we can't set up a league and then have one of us win it.
No, I'm too far off the top of Screamers, but I do have other leagues that I'm closing in.
All right.
Well, attempting to close in on the title.
Fine, okay.
The first Chelsea goal from Sam Kerr to equalise, I think that looked offside to me. And maybe if that had been called, it could have been different. But then LJ puts it in a perfect place for Germa to, also another one where not sure if she even really touched it, but she obviously cushions it in somehow, maybe.
It's when she's running away to celebrate and I think she sees it's been given to her and she kind of points at herself like, oh, me? Oh, yeah, no, my goal, yeah.
Only her second ever goal, so I can see why she's excited.
They're like London buses.
But yeah, like for Chelsea, LJ on fire. For Aston Villa, Kirsty Hansen and Lynn Wilms. Oof.
I really, really thought Kirsty Hansen was going to get a hat trick when that one where she cuts inside and then they hit the post of the crossbar. I can't remember.
I think, yeah.
I was like, oh, that was the moment. Then 4-4. I mean, it was just a crazy game where it was like, well, none of us really want to defend.
No,
we're just going to go for this. It's like, no, guys, maybe you want to do both of those parts of things. It really feels like the race for Champions League spots is throwing all these teams into disarray.
It's really exciting.
In a way that it feels quite
Everyone's
different
rattled.
to a title race, because a title race, like, you know what you're going for, but this, I don't know, it just seems like none of them are really handling it that well.
Yeah, and there's so many moving parts. It is very exciting, I think.
I think it was obviously a shame for Villa to lose, but I think they played really well throughout. I think a draw would have been fair.
I think they deserved a draw, yeah. But, you know, they didn't get it. They didn't score as many goals, so maybe they didn't deserve it.
that Nuskin goal, so clutch.
Yeah.
So clutch for Chelsea. And it is crazy that she has basically not played the first half of the season for Chelsea.
Yeah.
And now Sonia's like, oh yeah, she has quality actually.
Yeah.
She's a great part of our team.
Yeah, she's quite good.
I've always said that. Always said that.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe she can teach Sonia another language to swear on the sidelines in, because I think she's running out of ways in English and French to curse every single referee in the land.
I think that was actually on the Champions League night. I think that was actually Camille.
Oh, was it?
Who was screaming, like, I don't know, I don't really know French very well, but I think it was like, fuck your mother, bitch. And
I believe it was fuck your mother.
something like that. Something like that.
My mum did ask if you could do a impression after your last Sonia Bonpasto impression of Sonia screaming that on the sidelines.
I'm going to have to expand my catalogue to Sonia and Camille, obviously, as this dynamic, potty-mouthed duo.
Yeah.
Icons, yeah. So I'm not going to attempt the French, but that was my That was my
Thank you for the translation.
very precise translation.
After the weekend, City obviously top, Chelsea second on 40 points, Arsenal 2 games in hand, third on 38, United also on 38, Spurs in fifth on 29. I think they're fully out of that race now, aren't they, for Champions League spots. Brighton in sixth after their 1-0 win against Leicester. Poor old Leicester. Not a single shot on target in that game, headed for the playoffs. LCL seventh, Everton 8th, Aston Villa 9th on 20 points, Liverpool 10th on 17, West Ham 11th on 13, and Leicester rooted to the bottom.
It's that time again. We have had goals on goals on goals. Time for Screamers of the Week. Jessie, what are you picking?
Initially, I was going to go for the Kerry Holland goal. And then yesterday I was watching the SWPL, I think it's called like the Sky Sports Cup now because of branding, but the League Cup final between Glasgow City and Rangers. Obviously rooting for our girls in orange. And oh my God, Lisa Forrest just hits the most. I mean, about 3 minutes after her first goal, Lisa Evans whips in this corner for the first goal and Lisa Forrest just smashed it in the back post. But then she just gets this, turns over the ball quite high up the pitch and just loops in this incredible shot into, I think it goes into the side, like the inside side netting, just hits it like an absolute rocket. And I was like, I stood up, shouted. You would think I was a Glasgow City, like born and bred diehard, the way I stood up and screamed for that shot. It was such an incredible goal. There was also another screamer in that game when Rangers did get a goal back because it had been this perfect sunshine, lovely day for a final. And then all of a sudden this storm appeared. Like,
dramatic.
They couldn't put the ball on the centre spot because it was just blowing away. It was mad. And then Rangers got, a screamer just smashing it into the roof of the net. But no, Lisa Forrest for Glasgow City.
Nice.
So
incredible.
Exciting, this young SWPL talent. I really hope we see a bit of that for the Scotland team. So really exciting.
What are you going for, Honor?
Well, thank you, Jessie. I wondered if you would go for Kerry. Obviously have to shout out my namesakes, almost Honours, Unas, but yeah, Kerry's goal, even though defending is dead, or it was at least in that moment, I think everyone was just looking at her like, what do we do? What do we do? Do we do something? Do we engage? For her to just carry the ball across the pitch and finish it like that, properly top bins. I thought that was really, I thought it was Lauren James-esque. Just the way she was like, I can do this. I can just take the ball from the halfway line and ping it top bins.
And you're all too terrified to stop me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I'll take losing to Kerry Holland. That's fine. Depending on what you're going to pick though, Maya.
Well, I wanted to shout out Linda Caicedo, who single-handedly tried to hold off Barcelona midweek and did score an absolute screamer for the second goal. But my screamer actually is pretty Jessie coded. Sent to me by my friend Len, thank you very much, which is from the League of Ireland.
Love.
It's honestly incredible. It's an absolute screamer. It's from the Munster Derby, Cork versus Treaty, and it's an incredible Katie Lawley strike from quite far outside the box into the top corner. Proper rocket. Incredible goal.
Look at you going abroad for you.
I know, so you know it must be special.
Yeah.
This is what a week. We've got Ireland, we've got Scotland, we've got England.
Are we going to have to add another match that we're going to go and see then? Another game we're going to go travel for at some
League
point?
Of Ireland.
Yep. Fine. Let's just add it to the growing list. We will put the clips of those goals up on Instagram if you haven't seen them already. And then you can vote on Spotify and Instagram for your Screamers of the Week.
So Sunday's game at Kingsmeadow, Chelsea versus Aston Villa, could have been the last league game for Chelsea at Kingsmeadow, which is crazy. With the news that's coming out, it's kind of been swirling for a while, but it's now picking up a bit of momentum that Chelsea women may be moving to Stamford Bridge for their full-time home, which I personally love because the trek to Kingsmeadow
we won't miss
it. No, it's not the one.
Logistically, great. However, I'm not sure it's the right time for the change. I don't know. I think it is. I know obviously they're not getting huge attendances at Kingsmeadow always. And they're not always getting huge attendances at Stamford Bridge. But I think Stamford Bridge being that bit more accessible
and maybe men's fans go there more than they would consider venturing to Kingsmeadow.
Yeah.
I do think that there is the possibility or the opportunity for them to build this kind of regular week in, week out Stamford Bridge going crowd. I think overall it's a good move. I don't know what we'll see in terms of attendances if it does happen, but I think it's about time.
I think it's definitely a good thing for them to do. It just feels like almost one season too early, because how many games have they done at Stamford Bridge this season, or will they do in total?
4,
Is it 4?
4 league games.
Yeah, 4 league games.
And was it 4 last season, or I think this is I think maybe it was 1 fewer last season, I can't remember. Anyway, it feels like they've been growing on it, and maybe like another season of 4 or 5 league games would have been, I don't know, just it feels like the struggle that they do have. But you're right that Kingsmeadow is so much further, and that will have an impact on attendances in a way that Stamford Bridge will not.
I think also they have had quite a lot of Kingsmeadow sellouts, and Kingsmeadow is really small. So I think given that they don't have easily available somewhere of like a medium capacity between the two, I think they do need to push on. I think if they're thinking of themselves as one of these top teams like Arsenal, for example, we've been at the Emirates for 2 seasons now. So I think they have been lagging. And I think part of how you attract a fan base is the support you're giving the women's team as a club. And I think I remember that season they announced, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 Stamford Bridge games. And that announcement came like 5 days after Arsenal announced all of our games were going to be at the Emirates. And it was just such a flop.
Yeah.
And for them to announce that, given that they were at that point 5 times league champions, they were this huge monster of a team, and they were saying, oh yeah, and we're going to play 3 games or 4 games or whatever it was, just felt kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I think actually sometimes, which Chelsea haven't done, they have to just take a risk, and they need to put their money where their mouth is, and they need to show the fans that they think that they're a team that should be able to play every game at Stamford Bridge. And if they continue to just drip feed a few games, it sends a message that oh no, you're right, we probably can't fill Stamford Bridge. They need to be proactive, they need to be doing positive things, even if they're not going to fill Stamford Bridge.
No,
of course they're not going to every week, but nor does Arsenal fill the Emirates every week. If they are doing this move to Stamford Bridge, they really need to have a 360 strategy around it to ensure that it does feel like a success. There's loads of reasons why maybe they shouldn't move there, but I think they need to just draw a line in the sand and just stake their claim on that massive stadium.
Yeah, go for it. Because that's what Villa have done with Aston Villa women,
exactly.
Isn't it? At Villa Park. I think more clubs
and
will
Everton.
do it.
Yeah, obviously Everton's situation is different, but even in this move to Goodison, their average attendance has increased so much, and obviously the capacity changes that a lot, but it's okay, maybe even if you're not filling Stamford Bridge, it gives more fans the opportunity to come, more fans the opportunity to build a relationship with that team and build the habit. So I'm all for it. It's that time of the week where we check in on our world famous Woso Community Noticeboard. Quite a few things have been going on, but anyone got anything exciting to drop in?
I was so excited to see Tash Flynn playing for Denver Summit and scoring her first ever NWSL goal in the game that Denver Summit smashed the NWSL attendance record.
That was
crazy. What a moment.
63,000, wasn't it?
Amazing.
And 4.
Don't forget those 4 fans.
You'd be feel really important if you were those 4, wouldn't you? That's just incredible, an incredible embrace of the team.
Yeah.
For Denver.
It's so exciting. I'm incredibly Denver pilled right now. I'm desperate. Can we please do a trip
to Denver?
Yes.
Is that shooting on? What is the rankings now of all the different matches that we're ever going to go to? It's like a power league, isn't it? They keep moving up and down the table. I'd happily fly out to Denver.
Oh, I'm excited to see how it goes. But specifically Tash Flynn, I think her career never really bedded in here, and she was always such a talent, but it just never quite worked or clicked for her. And then she's been playing in lower leagues for the past few years. So to get this loan from Tampa Bay Sun into the top league in America, I think is amazing for her. I think the style of play in the NWSL will suit her because she just has so much natural flair and plays with such freedom. I think it could be a really great move for her, and obviously feels like a really exciting place to be. So I'm just so happy for her that it feels like it might be clicking now.
She's landed somewhere good
Yeah,
that
exactly.
she fits.
Yeah.
I feel like the first season for expansion teams is always just quite fun as well, because it's kind of, they don't really have...
It's like suck it and see, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no pressure. Just
Yeah.
go out and have a crack at the league.
I mean, and I wonder what they've done to absolutely smash this attendance record, because that is pretty amazing to do that for your first game.
It's the Denver Broncos American Football Stadium that they held the match at, which I guess is, well, it's a not too dissimilar conversation to the stuff about WSL stadiums. It's a stadium that people are used to going to for sport.
Yeah.
But it makes sense to hold it there.
But I mean, yes, I'm sure it is that. But I think a lot of NWSL teams share stadiums and are still really struggling with attendance. So I think it's really impressive that Denver Summit have done that.
Yeah, I think that'll be the consistency thing, wasn't it? Because
obviously it's exciting if a completely new team has just been created.
Yeah.
You'd go along to see like what it's all about.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope they can hold on to a bit of that sort of magic.
Obviously, we have a lot of fun with Lindsay Heaps, but we can't underestimate the fact that she is somebody incredibly well known to American.
She'll have such a draw.
Yeah, it's going to pull a lot of people in. They're looking to build their own stadium as well.
Amazing.
So they're playing at the ground sharing currently, but I think they want to build their own bespoke stadium.
Okay.
So they're coming in with big plans.
Anything else on the notice board?
I know that she has spoken about this before, quite recently, but Katja Snoyce did a really good thing with BBC about, her journey towards getting an endometriosis diagnosis and like realizing at one point that the pain that she was experiencing was just not normal. She's spoken about being subbed off at half time, like feeling really, really unwell in training and just not being able to play. And yeah, thought it was a very interesting watch.
More and more we're getting women's footballers be really open about things like that, and I just think they're doing so much to destigmatize conversations around endometriosis. But also, do you see Kim Little's piece in the Player Tribune?
I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it's really moving.
She speaks about like mental health, and like there have been points in her career where she's been taking antidepressants and like playing through that, and just like being so open about the journey she's been on. And I just think we see such a different side of so many players who are opening up, and it's just like, not that they should do that because it helps fans, but it's going to help so many fans seeing like your icons
100%.
talking about things like this.
Yeah, it's
also,
really powerful.
on that, we didn't mention Kim Little 400 appearances, which is unbelievable as well.
And then she get a massive tifo at the game. So I saw with Kim Little, who loves to shy away from any and all cameras.
She was really emotional when she saw it.
And couldn't duck out of the way of the camera. Great. I mean, she just signed a new 1-year contract, didn't she?
Thank God. We'll never be ready for her.
That's the Champions League sorted then.
I know I keep going on about changing of the guard, but that doesn't include Kim Little.
No, that's one guard that can stay. I just need to shout out quickly it might be old, it might be from actually a week before, but I saw a photo of Gotham's, like in America they always get their championship rings when they win things, and I saw a photo of Gotham's version, and I just hope that is something that never comes to the WSL from the US, because my God, they are so tacky.
Well, Arsenal got rings made when they won the Champions League, and I have to say they're quite gorgeous.
They were very chic.
They were very chic. They weren't like those huge, enormous, chunky championship rings.
Yeah, wasn't Lotta involved in designing those rings? Like, I can trust her.
Them.
Yeah,
they took the concept but made it gorgeous.
Yeah, made it nice. Whereas this is just like blinged out nonsense.
So impractical.
Fugly. My final great watch of this week was an 8-minute long TikTok from
Too long.
Well, I thought it would be too long, but I enjoyed every second of this.
What was it?
A day in the life of Lynn Vilms. Guys, I'm
8
on my...
minutes for a day in the life.
Oh my God, it was unreal. I mean, I never realised how funny she was. Also, a footballer's life is just crazy, isn't it? Like starting work at 9, finishing at 1:30, and in that time you have breakfast and lunch.
It's the dream. It's the dream.
It is the dream, but really, really enjoyed. Obviously, I'm on my Dutch hype today, wearing my Dutch jacket. Lynn Vilms, Katja Snoyce, shout out. Kirsten Kasperai,
Player of the match.
Player of the match, assists. Yeah, the Dutch girlies are killing it. And I would really recommend. I don't know if that's just because I was in a very like switch my brain off mood, but I really enjoyed.
That's all for Screamers this week, but join us next week where we will be going through the FA Cup quarterfinals. We will know who is through to the semi-finals of the Champions League and hopefully be booking our flights to Oslo. And we'll be mourning the loss of the WSL for another few weeks. But until then,
follow us on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube at @screamers_pod, or if you want, drop us an email at screamerspod@gmail.com.
Don't forget to follow, rate and review us wherever you're listening now so we can reach more women's football fans.
Bye.
bye.